I read issue 2 of Ben 10, so let's talk about it. Probably don't need to say this, but spoilers ahead, so click that like button, go read the comic, and come back here. So yeah, I cannot wait to see what's gonna happen next. My favorite character of this issue has to be Grandpa Max. Grandpa Max has always been one of my favorite characters within Ben 10, and I am so happy to see how well of a job they're doing when it comes to adapting this character for this comic. They're doing a really great job when it comes to bringing out the mystery that Grandpa Max has, but I also love seeing how calm and collected he is when it comes to this issue when he's face to face with the US military after coming across their campsite in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, I had such a fun time with this issue. I really enjoyed issue 1 for what it was and found it to be a really great start for what's bound to be a really long-running comic book series, but at the same time, I did find it to be a little bit of a copy and paste of just the typical Ben 10 origin story that we know and love about Ben 10. But I feel like this issue does a lot more brand new original things that I'm very interested on exploring when we get more issues of this series. It looks like the pacing has been doing a little bit better in the second issue when compared to the second one, and we're also doing a good job on pacing wise with the story, as it looks like we're going to be finding out very early on about Max's past of being a plumber, with Gwen discovering his tech in the rust bucket. It is a little bit weird to do that a little bit this fast, but at the same time, I kind of understand on why they're pacing through that reveal so quickly, because it's such a common knowledge point when it comes to the entirety of Ben 10's story, and I feel like it makes sense to have it this early on in the story. Also, I feel like the reveal of Grandpa Max being a plumber is going to help with the pacing of getting to the Vilgax arc as soon as possible. Speaking of Vilgax, even though we don't really get to see him within this issue, we do get to see some parts of him within the story, mainly from the implication that he sent an assassin down to Earth to try to retrieve the Omnitrix. And yeah, we finally get to see a brand new classic Ben 10 villain within this issue, that being Crab. His design definitely took some time for me to get used to, but looking closer to it, I do like how modern it looks when compared to his classic design. But you will never beat the classic design to me when it comes to any version of Crab. Like, it's such a great design for a character like that. I love seeing that the Omnitrix looks like it's gonna be glowing red when it looks like Ben is gonna be transforming back into a human, though I do wish there were still some sound effects added to the Omnitrix glowing red to add the suspense of the Omnitrix running out of juice. But there is also something interesting going on with the Omnitrix with this iteration of Ben 10, and it seems, unlike with him going right back to being a human like what happened with him being Four-Arms in the first issue, when Ben turned into Heat Blast and was about to turn back into a human, we see him going through all of the other aliens in his roster as of now, and they all just kind of blend together, and it looks like even the transformations even hurt Ben as he transforms into these guys. And yeah, that is such an interesting idea that I've always been curious about when it comes to Ben transforming into these characters. I also really love how realistic Ben is acting when it comes to this whole situation, as we see him acting like a real kid, constantly scared for what is happening to his body and crying on the ground, scared, wanting to go back home. I will always enjoy the original version of Ben 10, but I really do love the grounded approach they are going for this character, and I am personally really looking forward to seeing all the trauma that this Ben is going to be going through. I'm talking about invincible levels of trauma. But along with the transformations mixing with one another, I still have some questions that are still a little bit left unresolved within this issue, where as Ben transforms into a different alien, does he have the knowledge needed the moment he transforms into that alien to know how it works and what it does? Because the moment we see Ben transform into Cannonbolt, he says, "I gotta roll up out of here," which implies that he may know what Cannonbolt does, despite the fact that this version of Cannonbolt doesn't really look like he could really transform into a ball. And yeah, I'm sorry, I still do not know how I feel about this version of Cannonbolt. The design has grown on me over time, but I still just don't know how I feel about it. Also, I love seeing how much big of a threat and danger Ben is going to be with this iteration of his story, as we see that there is finally actual carnage within Ben 10. We see the US military meeting Crab and trying to attack him, but they are defeated super easily by him to the point where they're just getting chopped up and impaled by his giant claws. This is the type of carnage I've always wanted to see within Ben 10, and I cannot wait to see just how much of a menace other villains like Vilgax or Albedo are gonna be when they're introduced. My favorite moment of this issue has to be when Ben is suddenly transforming throughout all of his aliens. Oh my gosh, this is legit one of the most gruesome things in the entirety of the Ben 10 franchise. Not only does this moment showcase how brutal this version of Ben 10 is going to be, but it also does a really good job on showcasing how painful the transformations are going to be when compared to the previous iterations of Ben 10. The art for this moment is absolutely gorgeous yet gruesome at the same time, and we also get a really great look at all of Ben's aliens for the first time within this one moment here. Even though we don't really get to see some of the other aliens like Four-Arms, Cannonbolt, and Diamond Head, it is nice to get our first look to some of these aliens this early on and get a good idea of what they're gonna truly look like when we do see them. But it also does make me wonder, why is this happening to Ben? We have never seen this happen unless it's like something weird going on with the Omnitrix, and even then it never really looks like that it hurts this much to the point where Ben is crying and afraid of what's going to happen next if he uses the Omnitrix again. Personally, my current theory is that Ben's Omnitrix is still in a recalibrating stage right now, since it just latched onto Ben and trying to understand his DNA, and once when it's done recalibrating, I'm sure the Omnitrix is going to get a brand new design similar to the one that we all know and love from the original show, and the sudden transformations that Ben is going through where it hurts and blends some of the alien's DNA together will stop it too. But seriously though, if Ben's fusions look this great too, I can't wait to see the day of what Kevin 11 is gonna look like when he's mutated too, like this. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so sick to see. I give this issue a 9 out of 10, giving it an A. Anyway, that's a review. Go down to the comments, tell me what you thought of Ben 10 issue 2. Share this video with all your friends. And hit that like button, cut it, thought my latest content. See ya!